Here.
3 beloved isles.
1 beloved station, Radio Cayman.
The voice.
The heart.
The soul of the Cayman Islands.
For the Record is brought to you by Vamped Motors, the only authorized Ford and Toyota dealership serving the Cayman Islands. Coca-Cola, available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga Distributors. Accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. West Bay Pharmacy, taking care of your health. And JN Money.
From abroad to yard.
Fast, affordable, convenient. Doctor's Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066. And giversplanet.com. Cayman's online platform for fundraising and charitable donations.
This is For the Record with Ort Connor.
Coming to you live from Radio Cayman Studio.
For the record.
For the record. For the record. Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you. For the record. Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
For the record.
For the record. For the record. Informative, impartial, insightful.
This is your talk show.
1-800-534-8255. Your calls, your input. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Ort Connor.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. O land of soft, fresh breezes and verdant trees, so fair. Today is the 25th day of April 2022, right here in the beautiful Cayman Islands. We hope and we trust that everyone had a restful, peaceful, enjoyable weekend. Those of you who are on the roads of the Cayman Islands, remember today, I believe most schools resume, or all schools resume today, and that means there will be more traffic on the roads of the Cayman Islands. So whether you're a pedestrian or a cyclist, or if you're operating any type of motorized vehicle, we urge you to please, please, please be extremely cautious. Those of you who are driving vehicles, remember school buses and the rules of the road as they relate to school buses. Stop with their flashing lights that you should not attempt in any way to cross. Wait until the bus has started to move again, and then you move along with the bus. We know many of you out there are anxious and in a hurry going nowhere, but we ask you to please, please exercise caution, because you never, ever know. Quite possibly, the life that you save by observing the rules of the road may just be your own, and we're asking you, please, please protect all of our youngsters out there, as well. Please do that. If you have any consideration whatsoever, you will understand and realize that getting to where you're going safely is much more important than getting there quickly as well. For those of you who are celebrating a birthday today, we want to wish you a happy birthday, or if you celebrated one over the past few days, a belated happy birthday. Those of you who have lost loved ones, again, we want to express our sincere condolences to you. We hope and we trust that your faith will help to carry you through these extremely challenging times, and that the memories of your loved ones will be a blessing to you as well. So, folks, I want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman, and by extension For the Record, into your homes, into your vehicles as you traverse the busy roads of the Cayman Islands, into your places of work, wherever that may be. As you know, For the Record is a show produced by the staff and management of Radio Cayman, and it is geared towards keeping you abreast of issues as they arise and play out on the local, regional, and international scene. I am your host, Ort Connor, and you're welcome to join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. During that period, our phone lines are open. As usual this morning, beautiful radio voice of Miss Susan Watson waiting to take your calls. You can call us on our toll-free number provided courtesy of Flow. That toll-free number, 1-800-534-8255. You can also call us on 949-8037 and 949-6990. Email us at for the record, one word, for the record, at candw.ky. WhatsApp us, 925-3261, where you can send us a text message or leave us a voice note, contents of which will be played during the course of the show. And of course, you can follow us on YouTube simply by subscribing to Radio Cayman live stream. Later on this morning, we will have guests in the studio, and I will give you a preview of what we will be talking about later during this segment of the show. I will give you a preview of what we will be talking about later on as well. Meanwhile, let's see some of one prominent event that took place in this day on the 25th of April, 1945, the year 1945. So, on this day, in 1945, delegations from 46 nations gathered in San Francisco, half a world away, Allied forces were encircling Nazi Germany, and it was the delegation's task to author a future that ended the destructive cycle of war and laid a path towards world peace. For 2 months, the San Francisco Conference debated the finer points of its charter, and by late June, all participating countries signed on to form the United Nations. Now based in New York City, the United Nations has 2 governing bodies. The 193-member General Assembly sets the budget and creates policy, while the Security Council, which includes a smaller number of countries, decides the particulars of UN peacekeeping operations and resolutions. Since its formation, the United Nations has faced major struggles, the biggest being the Cold War, and second, a variety of successes. In 1948, it adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and it has conducted more than 70 peacekeeping operations around the world. And of course, we see the United Nations being challenged again with the war in Ukraine, Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and I believe it is sometime this week that the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres will be visiting both Ukraine and Russia as well. Of course, there are those who talk about the waning influence of the United Nations. We have seen incidents, for instance, in Haiti, where their peacekeeping forces over there, who were sent over there, were accused of atrocities, including rape of Haitian women. And we, in this detailed Today in History clip that I just read to you, it talks about the Security Council and a select number of countries that a small number of countries who decide the particulars of UN peacekeeping operations and resolutions, dominated by mainly the larger countries, and of course some of the smaller countries will get temporary seats on the Security Council. It's rotated. But in this day and age, there are those who are calling for a revamping of the whole issue of the Security Council and the ability of one Security Council member, one member country, to have a veto and to basically nullify any decision or some decisions that are made by the Security Council as well. So the effectiveness of the United Nations being questioned, also the clout that the larger countries had, and when establishing the United Nations, whether or not that should remain as it is, or whether or not smaller countries or coalitions should have more of a say as well. But folks, that is your day in history today, the 25th of April, 1945, the United Nations was created. On the Cayman Islands front, later on this week, I will be sharing with you. We had some historical dates here as well in the Cayman Islands. And on the 21st of April in 1966, we had our first cancer survey that was conducted in the Cayman Islands. And that was, well, it was reported, on the 21st of April, but on a Monday, on the 18th of April, 1966, Grand Cayman uterine cancer survey opened with the examination of 38 women at the government hospital, according to Dr. James T. Burrows, medical director of the survey. On the second day of the survey, 31 women were examined during the morning session. Figures for the afternoon sessions were not available at press time. Members of the survey team, however, expressed disappointment in the relatively low turnout for this important service. The survey team was capable of handling some 40 morning and 20 afternoon examinations. A minimum of 50 examinations each day was then the desired level of participation. It was believed that many women had not responded to the service due to fear of actually discovering that they may have cancer. It is reported that members of the survey team point out that the test is absolutely reliable in the detection of cancer in more than 98% of the tests given, and that in almost 100% of the cases in which cancer was detected was in an early stage. The patients enjoy a complete cure. Detection of cancer in the early stages is expected in no more than 1% of the women examined. So there we had our first cancer survey in the Cayman Islands. Also, I can share this with you very quickly. We like to shout out our Caymanian men and women as well. And in 1966, Mr. Burns Rudder, who was then a member of the Legislative Assembly of the Cayman Islands, he left for the annual meeting of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association in London. The article stated that Mr. Ruddy is a member of the association by virtue of his seat in the Legislative Assembly of the Cayman Islands. The Cayman Islands are in their second year as a member of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. The purpose of the meeting, according to Mr. Ruddy, was to instruct all of the delegates in attendance on the 5 points of parliamentary procedure. Course will last from the 27th of April until the 23rd of May 1966. Talks about who the guest speakers would be at that particular conference as well. And I'm going to shift gears here a little bit, and we're going to take a commercial break. When we return, I'm going to share with you an article in the Barbados newspaper, one of the Barbados newspaper, and one medical expert who has spoken about the virus, the coronavirus, and has stated that person has stated that the virus may be impacting the heart and heart disease as well. And I will share that with you. So we're going to take a commercial break. When we return, conversation will continue. So please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Between 1949 and 1951, health officer Berta E. Banks and entomologist George Gigioli spearheaded the first serious fight against mosquito with spraying equipment and large quantities of the new insecticide DDT. The program was credited with eradicating the threat of yellow fever and malaria. In the later 50s, the program was upgraded with the purchase of the Todd insecticidal fog applicator, which was mounted on the back of a truck and delivered a noxious mist of DDT impregnated diesel oil.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way. Positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
We think it's time you crossed over to a new vehicle. And with the Toyota Corolla Cross now at Vamped Motors, you have plenty of reasons to make the switch. The crossover body and hybrid engine is a sleek design in a sturdy structure with a spacious interior that opens to extensive cargo space. Stuck in traffic? The high-performance self-charging hybrid system automatically switches between gas and electric vehicle mode, helping you lower both fuel costs and carbon emissions. The Corolla Cross has full LED lighting inside and out, an integrated display audio system with energy monitor, and a dual-zone climate control system to ensure comfort for all. Test drive the new Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid today at Vamped Motors, Walkers Road.
JN Money, money touchdown. Send the money now, reach wow. You say you need some money, JN Money, I can send it in a hurry. Get through quick when you come collect your cash, or use your money card and swipe it in a flash. Send funds to any bank, yeah. Pay your bills quick, yeah. Low fees, you know what it, yeah. JN Money, we are pick, yeah. Send and receive funds at any JN Money location. It's fast, affordable, and convenient. Money touchdown with JN Money. Send funds to any bank, yeah. Pay your bills quick, yeah. Low fees, you know what it, yeah. JN Money, we are pick, yeah.
Call 345-945-2014 for details. Available at JN Money locations across the Cayman Islands.
Are you feeling sick, but don't feel ill enough to go to the doctor? Ask your pharmacist for advice. Here at West Bay Pharmacy, our pharmacists have been trained to offer helpful, easy-to-understand advice on the treatment of everyday minor ailments for yourself and all the family. Anything from headaches, cough and sore throat, to cold sores, our pharmacists will know when medical help is needed and will not hesitate to refer you to your doctor if your symptoms demand it. Like doctors, our pharmacists have a professional code, which means all personal information you give them will be treated in the strictest confidence. Visit us today at West Bay Pharmacy, where we care about your health.
Make your house into a home Welcome to Brand Source Home Gallery, your source for premium products and a premium experience. We'll design and install your dream kitchen with crafted cabinets, complemented with elegant appliances. We'll fill it with quality houseware and cookware. Custom-designed closet and storage solutions organize and beautify any area. And with the finest bedding, you'll get a perfect night's sleep knowing Brand Source Home Gallery has everything you need to make your house a home.
Every day in the Cayman Islands, nonprofits and their volunteers work tirelessly, improving our communities and the lives of the people within them.
With GiversPlanet.com, you can make a difference by supporting a fundraising effort or starting your own. Givers Planet provides an online solution to conveniently raise money for your worthy cause. Whether you are fundraising for medical needs, education, animal welfare, youth programs, religious missions, school PTA efforts, or a nonprofit.
Simply create your fundraiser at GiversPlanet.com and spread the word to your local and international supporters so that they can visit and make a secure online donation. Start fundraising online today with GiversPlanet.com.
System 1 loaded. 1-800-534-8255. What is on your mind when it comes to the government, independence, and the opposition? Issues that matter to you. 1-800-534-8255. Waiting to hear from you. For the Record.
This is For the Record with Ort Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. No guests in the studio yet, but we will have guests later on. We will be talking about the Cadet Corps, Cayman Islands Cadet Corps, and of course they had their recruit passing out parade on Saturday, the 23rd of April at the Clifton Hunter High School football field. And we will be talking with some of the recruits as well as one of the lieutenants, or I think in the U.S. they say lieutenant or lieutenant there as well. So there is an article in the Barbadian, one of the Barbadian newspapers, and it is speaking about and it's the Nation, Barbados Nation newspaper, and it says that the COVID-19 pandemic could be having a serious impact on cardiovascular health in Barbados. And that is an observation made by the medical director of the Cardiac Disease Prevention and Rehabilitation Program of the Heart and Stroke Foundation of Barbados, Incorporated, Dr. Dawn Scantleberry. On Saturday, following a church service at St. Patrick's Roman Catholic Cathedral in Jamot's Lane, St. Michael, to commemorate the 37th anniversary of the organization, she is quoted as saying that cardiovascular disease was the number one cause of death, and the pandemic could be exacerbating the problem. She's quoted as saying, "When I talk about cardiovascular disease, I am talking about heart disease, heart attacks, heart failure, and stroke. These are the things that are killing Barbadians, and they are not decreasing. COVID-19 has not taken over by any means. COVID-19 has actually increased it," says Scantleberry, who is an interventional cardiologist at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Barbados. Again, she's quoted as saying, "Over the years with COVID-19, at least I, as a cardiologist, found that my patients stopped exercising. They stayed inside, put on weight, and as soon as they came back out, I started seeing an uptick in heart disease and so on. And even during the peaks of the pandemic, people were so fearful of coming to the doctor, they stayed at home and their diabetes and hypertension got worse. So these are observations made by the doctor. No empirical figures are given in terms of what she has said. This seems to be more anecdotal than anything else, and it does not appear. She doesn't say anything about the vaccine itself. She talks about COVID-19 and what that has done in terms of interrupting people's schedule, changing their habits that they've had, some very positive and good habits as well. So I just wanted to share that with you. Of course, I have no medical training whatsoever, just sharing what I consider to be an extremely important article with you as well. I think I have enough time for this one also. Something positive coming out of the Cayman Islands, and I know that many persons have had opinions in relation to the job situation in the Cayman Islands, and it is good to see that workforce opportunities and forget what the other part is. I'll soon tell you. Recruitment, I believe it is. Cayman has partnered with Inspire Cayman to provide paid training opportunities. And, Workforce Opportunity and Residence Cayman, WORC, W-O-R-C. I got that R wrong before. My apologies for that. Some people may say you should know better. You were in immigration. Well, when I was in immigration, we didn't have anything called work. Everything was all rolled up into one: customs and border control, work permits, trade and business license, visas. Everything was rolled up into one, and we were into one building. And in 1992, that building was expanded. Or those buildings were expanded because there were separate buildings there. As you know, that area over there was part of where Mr. Frank Rolston and them lived for quite a while as well. And the old hospital, one of the first hospital in the Cayman Islands, was also located there. So let me share quickly this article with you. So first, Workforce Opportunities and Residence Cayman is currently offering 10 scholarships for Caymanian job seekers to participate in certification courses in the 3 key areas of construction, water sports, and heavy equipment operation. All, I should say, and these are my words, all occupations that are in demand in the Cayman Islands and where work permits are issued on a regular basis for them as well. Offered under the Build Your Future Cayman BYF banner established in 2020 to offer scholarships for internationally accredited technical vocational educational training courses offered by Inspire Cayman Training Center. These career development opportunities also are available to Caymanians who are seeking a career change. Deputy Premier and Minister for Labor, Honorable Chris Saunders, is quoted as saying, "We have analyzed the gaps in the job market where there are roles available, but we are without enough trained Caymanians to fill them. We have partnered with Inspire Cayman in these specific areas to provide relevant training courses. While the number of spaces in this cohort is limited, we are hopeful that we will have a high success rate and be able to expand the program moving forward." Specific courses include PADI training, international yacht training, introduction to craft skills, and heavy equipment training. Further areas of training include entrepreneurship, retail, customer service, management and leadership, personal finance management, and career development. Participants will receive certificates of their qualifications from accredited training institutions, including PADI, which is the Professional Association of Diving Instructors, and NCCER, National Center for construction, education, and research, amongst others. Folks, top of the hour, the 8 o'clock news. When we return, the conversation will continue until 9 o'clock when we have a guest in the studio, so please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. And studio time now by Foster's is 8 o'clock.
This Earth Month, Foster's is sprouting knowledge to help you eat healthily and live sustainably.
Just head to fosters.ky/earth-month to learn about nutrition, the growing process, and curbing your wastage on 5 common fresh products.
Did you know that you can use watermelon rinds in a curry or a smoothie?
Learn more tips and recipes like this on our social channels at Foster's Cayman on Facebook and Instagram.
Go to fosters.ky/earth-month
to sprout knowledge this Earth Month with Foster's.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. The search for 3 missing boaters has transitioned from search and rescue to a search and recovery operation after 3 days of looking for the men in the North Sound. The Coast Guard commander tells Radio Cayman the operation is beginning this morning after wrapping up at 7:15 Sunday night. They, alongside police, have been on the hunt for any signs of the missing boaters after several packages, and ultimately one person on the capsized boat was found Friday afternoon in the Blowers area. He was transported to a hospital where he's receiving treatment. Search operations were underway all weekend. In other news, the Cayman Islands Cadet Corps passing out ceremony took place this weekend, celebrating a milestone for recruits between the ages of 12 and 17.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the newest cadets.
In her first appearance as Home Affairs Minister, the Honorable Sabrina Turner reviewed the parade and encouraged the youngsters to continue on their leadership journey.
You've made it to this stage, and without your own perseverance and the camaraderie of your peers, this would not have definitely been possible. Now, there is a saying that the race is not for the swift, but for those who endure to the end. Success comes through constant learning and development, which is what is displayed here this evening.
Saturday's passing out parade and presentation ceremony at Clifton Hunter High School was well attended by family and friends as well as dignitaries. Having completed months of training and drills, the ceremony welcomed 47 new cadets into the fold. And residents across the Cayman Islands took part in local community cleanups in support of Earth Day this weekend. Plastic Free Cayman and the Chamber of Commerce were on in full force, along with other organizations and schools. At Gun Bay alone, 35 volunteers picked up more than 50 bags of garbage with 900 pounds of junk. The official theme for Earth Day was Invest in Our Planet, aligning with the remit of the Ministry of Tourism, working closely with other ministries, departments, and organizations to raise awareness on the importance of a clean, green, and healthy environment. Minister responsible, the Honorable Kenneth Bryan.
This year, I encourage every person who calls the Cayman Islands home to take positive action, specifically in addressing the problem of littering.
Mr. Bryan says caring for the environment is an integral part of the ethos of the newly established Cayman Islands Beautification Task Force, which will lead an island-wide campaign for cleanliness and accountability. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which will take us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
BBC News with Jerry Smith. The US Defense Secretary says he wants to see Russia weakened so that it cannot do the kind of things it's done in invading Ukraine. Lloyd Austin was speaking in Poland after a trip to Kyiv with the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken. President Vladimir Putin has urged Russians to stay united, accusing Western governments of attempting to destroy the country from within. He said the US and Europe were practicing a strange kind of diplomacy by sending weapons to Ukraine. Russia's defense ministry has said its forces are suspending hostilities to allow civilians to leave the besieged Azovstal steel plant in Ukraine's port city of Mariupol. The statement said any civilians trapped at the facility could leave in whichever direction they chose. Fears that the Chinese capital Beijing could soon be ordered into lockdown, like Shanghai, has led to panic buying. Supermarket shelves have been cleared of food and basic necessities. China's national leaders say they're determined to continue with the country's zero-COVID strategy. Share prices have dipped in Europe following earlier tumbles in Asia. Oil prices were also lower. Brent crude was down nearly 5% at just over $100 a barrel on the prospect of falling demand from China. Mass burials are taking place in Nigeria for more than 100 victims of an explosion at an illegal oil refinery. Friday's blast in the southeastern state of Imo left dozens injured, some in a critical condition. The carmaker Nissan is to stop producing vehicles under the name Datsun, the end of the road for a brand that's more than a century old. Datsun played a big role in helping Japan establish itself in the car market after the Second World War and sell millions of vehicles worldwide. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com. Did you know that ValueMed Pharmacy has a free online prescription service? Managing your health and medical requirements has never been easier with ValueMed. Simply visit value-medpharmacy.com. That's VALU-medpharmacy.com and click the Refill Prescriptions tab on our website. Fill in the information for new prescriptions or refills and choose your preferred pickup location. ValueMed on Walkers Road or Town. Then bring in your original prescription from your doctor when picking up. There's no need to stand in line and wait for your prescription. Save time and pick up prescriptions at your convenience by visiting value-medpharmacy.com. That's VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman for the latest in news and information.
Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Healthcare Pharmacy, caring about your health for the past 25 years. Radio Cayman's premier health show.
Alzheimer's and dementia, are they the same disorder?
Yeah, I think that's a very important question.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
Is heard on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. and on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Brought to you by Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor, where they care about your health. Transfer and refill your prescription online. Visit healthcarepharmacy.ky or call 947-8900. Healthcare Pharmacy, now with a new and second location in Governor's Square. The new Healthcare Pharmacy in Governor's Square is open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Healthcare Pharmacy, where they care about your health. The Tuesday and Thursday edition of The Business Buzz is brought to you by Cayman Medical Supplies, providing quality pharmaceuticals, medical supplies, and consumer products to healthcare providers, retailers, and ultimately the patients at a reasonable rate in a friendly, caring, and timely manner. Cayman Medical Supplies is located at number 93 Smith Road, Windward Center. Telephone 949-6211.
The 8:12 a.m. weather report brought to you by CG Britcave, where people come first.
Good morning, everyone. Hello? Hello? Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Okay, I see we have just about everyone, and of course Tom drops off, as per usual. Let's just wait a minute here. He always comes right back, and we're almost ready, and... oh, whoever's dog that is, please go on mute. Why won't it let me share my screen? Okay, looks like we're ready to start.
We're like a video conference with no technical issues. CG Britcave. Good like that.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 79 degrees. Relative humidity is 93%. The barometric pressure is 29.92 inches and rising. The wind is out of the east-southeast at 4 knots. Overnight low temperature was 70 degrees. Synopsis indicate a decrease in cloudiness and showers expected across the Cayman area from this evening as the upper level trough weakens and drifts east of the Cayman area. Satellite images show scattered low clouds over the Cayman area moving towards the west. Now, the forecast for today and tonight calling for partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated showers and possible thunder. Temperatures today will rise to the mid-80s and will fall to the mid-70s tonight. Winds will be east at 10 to 15 knots. Seas will be moderate with wave heights of 3 to 5 feet. We're presently at a high tide, and the next low tide will be this afternoon at 12:49 and a high tide again this evening at 6:52. The sun will set this evening at 6:45 and will rise tomorrow morning at a minute after 6. And the outlook is calling for moderate easterly winds and seas to prevail across the Cayman area through Wednesday evening. And that's the very latest on your weather report.
The 8:12 a.m. weather report brought to you by CG Brit, where people come first.
Good morning, everyone. Hello? Hello? Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Okay, I see we have just about everyone, and of course Tom drops off, as per usual. Let's just wait a minute here. He always comes right back, and we're almost ready, and... oh, whoever's dog that is, please go on mute. Why won't it let me share my screen? Okay, looks like we're ready to start.
We're like a video conference with no technical issues. CG Brit. Good like that.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Let's take a look at traffic. Slow-moving traffic on Cool Road heading to Georgetown. And also traffic is busy coming off of Bobby Thompson Way. And steady traffic off of Agnes Way, off the Linford Pearson Highway. On the Linford Pearson Highway, traffic is flowing steadily, as well as coming up on, off of Shamrock Road, and busy traffic off the Estella Tibbetts Highway and continuing on to the Industrial Park area. Traffic on North Sound Road is moderate, as well as on Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue, and traffic flowing at a good pace on Shedden Road. On the West Bay Road in front of the Ritz, traffic is moderate in both directions, and also coming from the West Bay four-way stop, traffic moderate. That's what's happening on your roads. Join us again at about 10 minutes after 12 o'clock. We'll give you another traffic report. Have a good morning and click it or ticket.
Subway is serving up a special new sauce, bursting with flavor in every bite. The new Savory Collection is a tropical sweet and spicy sauce made with a combination of spices, habanero peppers, thyme, onion, black pepper, ginger, citrus juices, and molasses.
So good.
Wow.
Sensational. Delicious.
Subway's Savory Collection pairs perfectly with our oven roasted chicken or steak sub. Savor the flavor. For a limited time, only at Subway. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way. Positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Raising children is costly. That is why each year the Ministry of Education provides, through its Early Childhood Assistance Program, funding to assist Caymanian children to attend an early childhood center. For early childhood funding assistance, call the Early Childhood Care and Education Unit at 244-3155 or 936-0267, or download an application form from the Ministry's website at www.gov.ky/education and email the completed form to ecap@gov.ky.
We give you honor and praise, adoration and glory.
Radio Cayman.
Praise time.
Praise him, praise him. Come on, let's praise the Lord. Come on, let's praise the Lord. Praise him in the morning and in the evening. Oh, let's praise the Lord.
Praise time in the morning.
Praise him, praise him.
Weekdays 6 to 6:30 a.m.
Radio Cayman, waking you up.
Rock my soul in the blues of my favorite. Rock my soul in the blues of my favorite.
Praise time.
I know he cares. He'll always be there. Oh, yeah. Praise him, praise him, praise him.
Praise time.
Set your clock for 6 a.m. or you will miss it.
For the record, with Ort Connor.
Initiating system.
For information that matter. For the record, with Orit Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. Like I told you earlier, later on in the show, we will have a second lieutenant or lieutenant, a second lieutenant with us from the Cadet Corps. Also, we will have two of the recruits from the Cadet Corps with us. Miss Glenique Russell from the Clifton Hunter High School. And we will also have, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Tai Connolly from the John Gray High School speaking with us. And Second Lieutenant Antonika Ebanks, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Antonika Ebanks will be with us. And we're looking forward to that as well. Maybe sometime during the course of this segment of the show, before they come on, we can talk about the whole concept of national service as well. We hear some people who advocate for national service here in the Cayman Islands, and national service concept developed, I think, in 1939 in the United Kingdom, and it has to do in the United Kingdom in 1939. National service, a system of either compulsory or voluntary government service, usually military service. Conscription is mandatory. National service. The term national service comes from the United Kingdom's National Service Armed Forces Act of 1939. Of course, we do not necessarily refer to it as national service here, but we have seen the Cadet Corps. We now have the Cayman Islands Regiment as well. And of course, years ago, and we still have them today, we had scouting in the Cayman Islands as well